Hey guys, welcome to the Save Session, the session you always want to save. And recently, all the game announcements just came out, and we want to take a second because we didn't last time because we already had two topics already rolled up to do. But we want to give more of an in-depth dive on what we saw, what we're excited for, some gaming news we like, and some things that we're like, we'll kind of pass on. Bruce, you want to kick us off?
Okay, so I'll start off with just what I was interested in. I was really interested in that. Obviously, just to get it out the way. I was interested in the Halo game, campaign involved. Interested in God of War, Lao Fei, Wolverine, given. And then I would like to give like an honorable mention, the Onimusha, because that also dropped the demo.
Onimusha, yeah. Me and you both played the demo. We both were quite impressed by it. It doesn't really seem like it's going to be like, a groundbreaking game, but it looks like it's going to be one of those games that's just fun as it is.
Yeah, because it has hints. It makes you feel like you're playing Sekiro just a little bit if you never played it. It gives you the Neo vibes, and then it's also a reboot of an older game on top of that. So it's really nice to see older games get attention like that.
What I do like is it actually does feel like you're playing a little bit of like an old school game. It kind of felt like PS3, Xbox 360 era type of gameplay, which at first you think would be kind of a downgrade, but it's actually kind of an upgrade because it's not filled to the brim with a bunch, useless just nonsense. Yeah. It's just straight up, here's your path. This is what you can walk on. It's not an exploration game. It's a very linear, walk this path and fight these enemies.
Right. That's always good, especially with such an old franchise such as Onimusha as itself, just to have it given that breath of fresh air.
So I didn't even know Onimusha was an old franchise. I thought Capcom was doing it again with like what they did with Pragmata, where it's a completely new IP and they're just trying it out is what I thought was happening. Only to come to find out, nope, old franchise. They're just redoing it.
Yeah.
Just for the love of the game.
It's
literally.
Onimusha 1 and 2. And then I think after that, then this reboot's about to be a thing.
I know one of the classics is coming to the PlayStation catalog.
Yeah, both of them. Or no, I think it's just one. You're right. Because either way, it was really the gameplay differences and just seeing how it was then versus how it is now was also kind of just cool to look at itself. So that's always a nice surprise to have, especially with reboots done well. Because that's also kind of ties into the last video, even though we didn't dive too much on about how demos can really impact a person's desire on wanting to try the game or play the game or even buy it. So
that's how we found out the last few games that we played, like Pragmata. I knew I wanted to play it the second I played the demo because I tried it out, said, okay, it's fun. It's a new IP I've never tried before. Maybe it looks like my type of game. Maybe it doesn't. Let me try it out. I tried it out, and I liked it enough to the point to where now I have it. I haven't beaten it yet. I just started. I just beat the first boss.
Yeah, that game was really fun or groundbreaking too, because it was just really cool to see a bunch of dudes be like, "Oh my god, my little robot daughter! I died."
Oh yeah, dude, she acts so much like an actual daughter.
Exactly.
Boarded the train?
I drew it. It's for you.
Look at that. You wrote your name too. Not half bad, kiddo.
I think it's really cute that those just get plastered along the little spaceship and shit. So that was really adorable.
Oh yeah, you can find collectibles and stuff. You can find a globe in a desk, and she can just play with it. You can talk to her while she's interacting with it, and you can explain what Earth is. And she has kind of a wide-eyed sense of wonder while she's doing it. Sure, she's not an actual little girl. I still don't know what her deal is. I don't want to be spoiled on it, so I don't want any explanation about it. I still don't know what her deal is, though, mainly because I've only beaten the first boss. But I'm super excited now.
Yeah. And then, just other games in the showcase that kind of popped up as well. I am excited for Ill because I seen the trailer before. I saw the trailer even before
I saw that. To me, I thought it was another Resident Evil project. And I'm like, what is happening with Resident Evil? Why are they cooking so much? Only to see it's something different. Ill. What is Ill? And now apparently a lot of people have heard about it.
Yes.
A lot of people have heard about it in the past. This is at least maybe I've seen it before, but this is the first time it truly caught my eye.
Yeah, and I'm just really excited for how out of the wall, I think it's H.P. Lovecraft. It's like elements of that type of horror. So it's cosmic random horror that's like 1 minute standard.
I just thought it was
horror.
another zombie game,
Next
but it
thing
looks
you
like a
know,
good one.
It's just
Like
going X, Y,
Cthulhu
and
comes
Z.
out.
I mean, not Cthulhu to full looks. It's like something in that realm of like.
Oh, trust me, I play Bloodborne. Bloodborne is absolutely H.P. Lovecraft.
So take like Bloodborne, except you get a gun. It's first person.
I wouldn't say it's exactly like Bloodborne. I'd say
it's just with the cosmic horror aspects.
yeah, I'd say it's more. Maybe it is a little bit like Bloodborne mixed with Resident Evil per se. Maybe.
I feel like that was probably a good starting point, and a side game. The arguably the one game that doesn't look like a lot of people are going to pay attention to is like the chef game that showed up.
Oh yeah, that looks like a game
fun.
just to have just for fun.
Right.
Like that doesn't look like it's going to be like a commercial blockbuster, but it looks like it's just one of them fun games just to have.
Yeah, you're just you had a long day of work, you're chilling out, and then you just boot this game up and you're just serving people fondue on a beach or something like that. And I'm like, that game looks like it's going to be fun. But then the last one is Tomb Raider because the
Lara Croft.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, those are games I'm looking forward to too. Lara Croft one, I am looking forward to the remake, even though I didn't really care for the reboot that much. It was fine for what it was. Like, I played 2 of them and beat 2 of them. I didn't beat the third one in the franchise just because I didn't really care that much. But for as much as I beat them, I don't remember too much about them, except the death animations went absolutely stupid for some reason. Like, they were absolutely gruesome for, like, no reason.
They just had to peel her scalp off at least twice.
Like she'll fall and like she'll get like something impaled like through her neck and out her mouth. We couldn't show that here, but it's insane. And I'm like, you didn't need to do all that. Why'd you do that? This could have passed as like a teen game, but you doing that made it like rated M.
Welcome to Tomb Raider. I think the reboot or the trilogy series wasn't too bad, but they say that's actually a pretty solid, underrated game.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay, and I can see people getting into it. It's just, I liked them enough to beat them, but like I said, I don't remember much about them. I actually re-downloaded them a while back because I got them on sale. I got all 3 games on sale. It was like a bundle, and I tried playing the first one. After, like, the opening sequence and she's lost in the woods, I just couldn't get into it anymore. I don't know what it was.
It's the story of young Laura, but I think the last one, which we talked about earlier today, was that Kamori, that game.
Yeah, that's the one that we said kind of looks like. We'll put the trailer in, but it looks kind of like K-pop Demon Hunter, but like in Japan, and they all have like that upbeat type of attitude.
Yeah, it reminded me of Sunset Overdrive a lot. It's just like the way they move, the gameplays, the character expressiveness, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, they look like they have just insane powers.
Yeah, and they all have different powers too. So that's
and you can play co-op, and each person can grab a different character, and he can have whatever power they want to have.
Yeah, so imagine everyone just jumping off the cliff doing the Miles Morales.
Like I remember someone like skating up like the side of the building. He's just casually with his hands in his pocket, just skating up. And I'm just like, this game just has way too much attitude.
Yeah, and attitude's great because attitude's what keep you playing, at least in my opinion. Because I'm all about Flash in my games, so it's like you got to do something great.
I like Flash too. It's just that game just has a lot of Flash.
Style over substance, baby.
But then, yeah, I'm excited for the new Wolverine game. It looks bloody, violent, gory, and the combat just looks so visceral. I'm so excited.
I saw a YouTube video actually when I was like working on our last video that popped up on like one of the millions of browsers I opened, and it said it was comparing like the gameplay of the origin to the newer one, and I was like, by the way, one of these graphics were 17 plus years ago, and I was like, this sounds like a hateful thing, and the thing just dropped, bro. Like, why are we mad about this?
Yeah, we've already talked about in the toxic fan base thing, people are just gonna hate for hate. And I saw like this TikTok And it said, just shut up and press some buttons. God, lately gamers have just lost the meaning to have fun, to just press buttons and have some fun. Like everything always has to be, nitpicky and stuff.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if in Wolverine, because granted Insomniac is doing the Wolverine game, if they had like a Spider-Man theme outfit in there, because the Spider-Man 2 had a Wolverine
No, they need
outfit.
a Deadpool themed outfit.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then the other one, of course, God of War Laufey. But then another one that kind of caught my eye, Ace Combat 8, where it was like military fighter jets. That one actually looks kind of cool.
Not to say, we're not sponsored by any means, but if you ever heard of World of Tanks, you can actually kind of experience that.
I've heard of him. Or at least, I think I'm thinking of War Thunder.
Oh, I said World of Tanks. It is World Thunder.
That's it, because World Thunder is what I have heard of. So I'm like, World of Tanks, never heard of that one, but if it works similarly.
Yeah, because honestly, I thought they were the same game or like combined into one. Because like in War Thunder, you can do all of them. You can do ship combat, tank combat, or plane combat. Again, we're not sponsored. Maybe you should hit our line. But yeah, like it's you can either do realism or you can do an arcade variation where it's like realism is if they shoot a wing. But arcade, they could shoot a wing, and wing's fine. But even though it's realistically blown off, and you're still going like, I would do the battleship portion, and I would 100% I would ram my plane into other people to see if I could do it.
And then another game that I'm excited for, dude, you already know. I'm a big fan of this franchise. You still need to beat the game I told you to beat. It's fine. You're taking 50 years on it. It's not fine, but it's fine. And that is
kind of crazy.
But that is Persona 6. We got little to nothing aside. This looks like the grimmest and darkest trailer we have ever gotten for a Persona game. And that's someone from me jumping on at game 5. I played a little bit of 3. I'm still trying to get through, but games just keep dropping in. These games are just so big and so long.
Just to add salt to that wound, that you have Persona 6 and Persona 4 to play. Because Persona 4 is getting a remaster. No, remake. It's getting a remake. And it's going to look like Persona 5.
Yeah, that I'm excited for too. There are a lot of fans are griping about it, saying like, they want the old art style, which the old art style, from comparison, I do admit some of the like actual drawn models look a little bit iffy compared to the other one. But they have plenty of time to change it if they do. But at the same time, I do think Persona 5 is the absolute best art style that we've ever gotten for any of it.
Persona 6 is just supposed to make it better, and Persona 4 Revival is going to just be Persona 5.
I hope so, just because I love Persona with a passion. And I didn't even know this. Each Persona game like has a different theme that goes along. Because Persona 5, it's all about, like changing people's hearts and, stealing their heart, changing, their personality or changing their mood. And that's the whole point of it, and you're Phantom Thieves. In the other one, I was wondering, is the other game kind of like that? Not at all. In fact, 3, there's actually a hidden hour in the night. I forget what it's called, but everyone turns into coffins, except for rare people that can interact through it. And then you, to unlock your persona, each game, I guess, is different, which I thought was cool. And I think we've talked about that before on the show, too. But for Persona 5, you tear off your mask.
Go down.
In this game, you shoot yourself in the head. So now I'm kind of wondering, how's it going to be for Persona 6?
Well, there's theories going around that because based on the color and all that hoopla, that it's going to be like kind of on some form of rebirth and like.
I actually heard it's actually going to take place in America.
That'd be kind of interesting.
I don't remember where. I'd have to look up the video again, but I remember seeing like something because of like the gravestones and where it's at. It takes place in somewhere in America. I want to say it's at Oklahoma.
Chicago.
I highly doubt Chicago, but I think it's at Oklahoma, but I could be wrong. I could be heavily wrong. But yeah, that's another one of them. There's, of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Everyone's excited for another Call of Duty game.
Are you excited for that game?
No.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about ones we were excited about. I'm like,
we're just talking about news in general. We're just talking about out the games in general.
Oh, I just listed the ones I was excited for.
Yeah, me too. But there's State of Decay 3. Oh, Spyro. Spyro. I love Spyro as a character. I recently beat the first one in the Reimagined trilogy or whatever that's called. Reignited or whatever that was. Dog, the first game, the graphics look amazing with the remake. Dog, the gameplay. That made me so infuriatingly mad because it's one of those games, it gave it a fresh coat of paint, but the controls are still clunky and shitty like they were in the past. Because back then, it was just, hey, terrible controls equals hard, which equals skill that you just have to get over. And it's like, no, shitty controls are just shitty controls.
Yeah.
Like when the final boss, it literally is you holding the run button, pressing forward, and doing that for about 30 minutes until you catch up with him and ram him 3 times. With the slipperiest controls I have ever seen on anything.
He just reminded me that Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver.
Or is it? I think it's Taxi Driver is getting a sequel or a reboot. Mm-hmm. And then I also forgot to mention Gears of War E-Day. But
yeah, I was just about to bring that. Gears of War E-Day, which, fun fact, we just learned, that is no longer going to be a cross-platform with PlayStation anymore.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm. Some people are mad.
This is great again.
Some people are mad that I am a little disappointed because the only problem I have with that, because I agree, and I've talked about exclusives in the past, where I think exclusives are still extremely important, but it's one of those things where it was promised to us only to be ripped away. Yeah. That's the only thing I kind of have a little discrepancy. I'm like, if you promised it there, you should have delivered it there. I don't mind that it's an exclusive. I mind that it was promised, and then only just like, nope, never mind.
Yeah, it was kind of like how I heard that at least when Halo was getting showcased, it was supposed to be showcased on PlayStations, just for it not to get.
I heard about that,
and I was like, imagine that'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely crazy. Which I am glad exclusives are coming back, but there is a major problem that I hope doesn't affect the game too much, and the fact that that game is $400 million to make.
Yeah, I mean... Now,
video games in general are expensive, but you have to understand what just happened. That is a giant fraction of, the consumer base that is now cut off. That is now cut off from the game.
Well, yeah, because it's one of those situations where I kind of hope that, I really do, that they just recognize the fan base who wants this game that bad. First time I played Gears of War, I was 12. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't have been playing Gears of War at the age of 12, by the way, because you're walking around with a chainsaw going...
I've never played Gears of War, except that one time where we played the co-op.
Yeah, that's like Gears of War all the time, and it is so cool and bloody and awesome.
Yeah, like I said, I would like to try it. My PC I don't think it's good enough for any of the other Gears of Wars.
If you could get, the older ones, because respectfully, once Gears of War 4 and 5 hit...
Yeah, I heard it's basically like the old ones, just with a fresh coat of paint, but nothing substantial.
And way worse. Mm-hmm. But that's just me.
But the whole point I was saying with that is, basically, my whole worry for this game, it's going to be a flop, but I don't want it to be a flop. But it almost seems like it's guaranteed to be a flop just because it's $400 million. You cut off part of the fan base, or you cut off part of, the player base that would be interested in buying it. And sure, it's coming to Xbox and I'm pretty sure PC still. But at the same time, it's going to be on Game Pass. But yeah, it's going to be on Game Pass.
We're gonna find out that they get the Hi-Fi Rush treatment afterwards.
Mm-hmm. So to me, you're already cutting off a major amount of this game's sales already, because from everything I've seen, this thing needs to make $7 to $10 million. I don't remember the exact number. 7 to 10 million, not dollars, but 7 to 10 million copies they need to sell just to break even. It's be like God of War and actually sell, not like through the streaming service, sell outside of the streaming service 10 million copies just for it to break even.
That's where I think the actual fans of the franchise, or maybe because I think, granted, the actual fans aren't gonna buy that many copies, but hopefully through streaming it, word of mouth, word of YouTube, all that stuff, or people going like, wow, this game's fun. It can at least, it's not gonna hit that fraction. As much as I would like it to, even as a fan myself, I know that game's not going to hit that fraction because a prime example is you can look at Halo Infinite, you can look at Black Ops 7, you can even look at Battlefield 6, you can look at any third party massive game. You can even look at Concord if you want to. But it was kind of like the peak of Battlefield 6. They had more player base than Black Ops 7, and Black Ops 7 supposedly sold the most, right? But the player base was significantly larger. A bunch of people bought it, but they didn't play it. So then the game just became like a barren wasteland of mid. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, at least in other games like Halo Infinite, they had the most players they've had since Halo 3 and Halo Infinite because it was free, right? But then they had nothing to do, nothing to play, and all that hoopla. So I kind of really just hope that the biggest thing is, you're not going to hit that you're not going to hit that copy sold, but y'all better have some heat in that game to make up for it, because I'm just gonna be honest with you, there's not gonna be another game for another minute.
Yeah, unfortunately, especially if the sales, don't do that well. It's kind of like, this will be a little bit of a side tangent, but it's just like Disney and their problem that they were having for a while, and they might still be having this problem, but it's that their movies keep flopping, mainly because, like The Little Mermaid, the one where, Ariel was, black, that movie on paper looks like it did well. I think it made like $100 million to $200 million.
Can I just make the statement be known? The reason that movie did terrible is because they had Katara from the Avatar movie in it, even though that might not be her. No.
Yeah, I think
that's Michael Bay. Sorry. Just Transformers.
That's what I mean by you yap sometimes. You say something like, this is an objective fact. Wait, no, that's not objective fact. My bad.
I mean, it was bad. I think it was bad just because I was like, hey.
Well, the thing is, they try to make everything look photorealistic for some reason. I have no problem with her being black, actually. I have absolutely no problem with that. The thing is, everything else around the movie, that's what the Disney live-action remakes do, is they're just, the same movie you saw, except minus a lot of the exaggerated expressions and a lot of the care and love. It's just somehow they turn this hour-and-a-half movie into almost 2.5 hours, and a lot of filler and a lot of not understanding what made the original good. You're just kind of copy and pasting the formula.
It's kind of like the live-action Moana is gearing up to be, but at least they have the chicken in that one.
Yeah, well, the main problem with that one is in the original Moana movie, she didn't want to go to war. She actually wasn't a good soldier, but she wanted to do this, so her elderly dad didn't go into war and potentially die. Fuck.
I was like, Moana didn't go to war?
Yeah, I misheard the fuck out of you then. Yeah, I misheard the fuck out of you, because the Moana movie I don't think has come out yet.
No. I was saying it's gearing up to be kind of like Moana, because so far it's just, God, my throat hurts.
But my point still stands. The whole thing about Mulan is she didn't want to go to war, but
was it true that they actually filmed those on actual refugee camps?
I don't know. We'd have to look that up.
I feel like, I'm not going to say that it was true, but I feel like knowing Disney and how insensitive they are recently, I could see it happening.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, in the original, she didn't want to go to war. She wasn't good, but she had to, buck up and do what needed to be done. In the live action version, she was already born amazing.
No, she was like, I want to go to war.
Well, yeah, like I said, she was already...
Man!
As a little kid, she was a master with the staff when... looked you right in the eyes. And it's just like, that's not how Mulan was at all. She didn't at all want to do any of this. She only did it to save her dad.
Even if she was a master, she would have been like, no, I'm cool. I just want to be your daughter, bro.
But the whole point of me bringing up the Disney live action remakes in current Disney with Marvel and all that is the fact that they keep pouring like hundreds of millions of dollars into these movies. So on paper, like the live action Little Mermaid, it doesn't matter that the movie made $150 to $200 million. It doesn't matter if the thing cost $250 million to make. Because if it costs $250 million to make and you only made $200 million, you just lost $50 million.
Facts.
And that's why these movies, even though supposedly they pull in largest amount of money, I never go to see them, but apparently they pull in large amounts of money. It's still not making them a profit, and they're just losing money mainly because, like I said, you spend more than you make. The math don't math.
Yeah, and side note, since we're talking about it, just give a quick shout out to the voice actor of Lilo who recently just passed, age 35, I do believe. She was a goat. Rest in pieces.
Absolutely.
Reese's. You were great.
Yeah, but that was a whole tangent on, like, basically that whole analogy was also there to kind of help with Gears of War EA, explaining their situation. It doesn't matter or that the game looks great or it looks better. Like, people were comparing it to Wolverine and saying how crap Wolverine looks to Gears of War.
God, let's say, are you comparing them to the Origins to the new one?
No.
You know what's crazy? I really find it funny that people are mad that he's like lore accurate height wise because everyone's so used to Hugh Jackman.
I don't even think he's that short in the game. I don't even think, because in the comics, I'm pretty sure he's like 5'3". I don't think he's even that short in the game. I'm pretty sure he's still mostly average height.
All I know is people were mad at his height, and I was like,
well, you know, gamers will be mad at anything these days.
Are you going to be mad if he doesn't have bone claws as a feature too? Or
I'm pretty sure it showed in the past, like there's a past part of it where he does have bone claws.
I remember the trailer where like he was sitting there and he had, I think, weren't they the bone claws in the trailer? Like the very first reveal trailer?
Maybe, I don't. Well, the very first teaser trailer to reveal, he showed adamantium because that was like the one that was only like 30 seconds long. And it showed like some guy walking into a bar and Wolverine just with his claws go shing. And then it was fully announced Insomniac was working on, the Wolverine game. So no, those weren't bone claws. Those were full on, adamantium claws. But let's also give a shout out to another game that I'm actually really excited for, Castlevania Belmont's Curse. I
was never into those type of games, but I know one of my buddy Nicky Boy would love those because he is a Castlevania.
I love Metroidvanias and Castlevania. I've never really played a Castlevania game, but I would love to play just because they look so fun. And one of them I want to play is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which I always mean to look up on PlayStation, but I always keep forgetting to do so.
Valid.
Even then, I should see if it's on Steam.
All I know is anime did a really good job of like revitalizing the franchise for a little bit, or at least in the sense of introducing a bunch of people to the franchise. Because for me, I knew of Castlevania. I wasn't fully sure on what it was, but then when the anime came out, then it's
basically like, hey, these people called the Belmonts, this family called the Belmont, and they're vampire hunters, and they're always trying to kill Dracula. Dracula is basically almost like Ganondorf to the series.
Yeah, because they're like.
It's not all games, but that's majority of the games.
The newest show on Netflix, the season 2 one, after Trevor Belmont.
Actually, season 2 was still Trevor Belmont.
Oh, see, I'm using the season 2 as like when they transfer over to, I think his name is Rick.
No, because the first season 1 only ended like after he just met Alucard.
No, but I know, like, couldn't like in that series, because it was the series with Trevor, and then there was the series with I think that's supposed to be
series.
Richter.
I thought you said season.
I did say season, but I get them interchanged all the time because I say they're different seasons of JoJo's have different protagonists, but I mean different parts really.
Yeah, but that still is the same show, just different seasons.
Yeah, because I was like, isn't the second one, the first one's Trevor and the second one's Richter, right?
Yeah, I actually never saw the second one. I haven't even finished the first one. I only just finished season 2 where they actually, spoiler alert, kill Dracula.
See, the first one, amazing. The second one, I didn't get through half of it, bro. It was so boring.
Yeah.
Like, it looks really good. The antagonists are really well, but in my opinion, it was just a little boring. And I don't personally think they gave Richter some moves that I don't think he actually had in his bag to begin with. But back to your Castlevania game, it's a Metroid. Yeah. And you mess with it.
Metroidvania, I mess with it. I want to actually get more into the series, but it looks freaking fun and amazing. But I want to bring up another one that I'm surprised you didn't mention right off the bat. Stellar Blade, Blood Rain.
I didn't get there yet.
Because you played Stellar Blade. I haven't. I want to play it, but I just haven't gotten to it.
Can I be honest?
What?
I'm gonna purchase the Stellar Blade that's coming to Switch just so I can get the figurines.
You are a weeb.
I need it.
I don't need it. I need it!
I don't
then
need
it's,
it. I don't need it. I need it.
It's one of the things that I don't currently like though about games is because even with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the game was fun, but when Kakarot came to Switch, they gave you Vegito and Gotenks.
Oh, you mean like the amiibo figures?
No, like you can play as them in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Oh, you mean like exclusives to like different?
Yeah, you can't play as Vegito or Gotenks in any other version unless they updated it recently. But when Kakarot first came to Switch, you couldn't play as Vegito and Gotenks at all.
Dragon Ball Kakarot's kind of trash anyway, but let him cook.
The gameplay is trash, but how they retell the story is beautiful. So when the Stellar Blade got announced that it was coming to Switch, they were saying that they're releasing a figurine set with it, a digital art book with it, a personal letter from the guys who made it saying thank you for being a fan of our game, and a new outfit. And I was like, I don't care how much money that costs. I'm going to buy it.
Mm-hmm. Attack on Titan 3 is getting enough. Like, Attack on Titan's getting another game, Attack on Titan's 3. You looking around for who asked?
Yeah, because that's trash.
I don't know. It looks fun, but at the same time, it's one of those things. Like, we didn't nail the game the first 2 times. Third time's a charm.
Hot take. The first game was good.
I never played any of them. That's just the vibe I get from it.
And I have both if you want to try them. Attack on Titan 2, arguably, that game there's a lot of things they didn't do compared to the first one. Like, they took out a lot of cool features. How, like, you get a special attack where all your squad mates just assaults one Titan. And if you're a Titan shifter, you become a Titan.
So, right? The Persona all-out attack.
Basically. And then in Attack on Titan 2, the storyline was different because they did this thing where you got to make an original character, customize them how you wanted, height, color, skin tone, hair, all that. And they made your created character a part of the story, but as a random soldier that took place in it while the actual story events were happening. And spoiler alert, canonically at the end of it, you die trying to be a part of the squad members that helped Eren escape when he found out he had the founding Titan powers the first time and told all the little Titans to maul somebody when they killed his like father figure from the very first episode. You know the blonde dude that was always drunk and picking on him? You don't know what I'm talking about.
I've only seen one episode of Attack on Titan.
It was probably the only episode he was appearing, but he was like the older figure dude. He was basically Aaron's father figure because he didn't have a father.
The only thing I saw on the show are the Titans busting in, which, side note, that was the only thing I knew about the series. They built this giant wall to keep, the Titans out. Humanity built this giant wall, and the only thing I knew about episode 1 is the first thing that happens is a Titan just goes, "Book, hello," and the only thing I thought about that was, well, y'all didn't do a very good job. Though you had one job for survival: build a wall big enough to stop them, and the first one that shows up peeks over the wall. Until I realized, okay, that's not a normal one. Yeah, like the other ones are like significantly smaller.
Yes, because do you mind if I tell you why? Or do you care?
I'll still probably watch it.
Okay, it's going to be a while till you get there because there's a lot.
I mean, I already know, spoiler alert, that Titans are technically like humans, but like...
Titans, the people that are in the wall were technically ostracized to be in that wall because they were captured. I think, if I remember correctly, they were basically... It's basically how people... I can't say that.
I love the gear up. To like, oh yeah, it's just like can't say that. Can't.
So they were technically a group of people that were ostracized from their land and forced to be like, hey, because we don't like any of you guys, you people, we're gonna stick a needle in your neck, turn you into some mindless dillweeds, and send y'all in the direction to kill the portion of you that escaped. Good luck. Boop, and kicked them off a wall.
So someone's just playing just like some form of sick like chess.
Kind of, but no. Well,
It's like chess if all of them were queens, technically.
yeah, because like technically the antagonist of the entire series is like, hey, we don't like you guys. You guys being a subsection of the same people that are already in the wall. Happy Juneteenth, by the way. Because it's really giving off vibes. You feel me? I can't say everything I want to say. Honestly.
Okay, then don't say everything you want to say.
But basically, just think about it like slavery. Except instead of being in chains, you were turned into giant mindless creatures.
No. Okay, you don't have to go extravagant with it.
Yeah, but it's easier to be in more detail, but it sounds so fucked up.
I don't think it's easier to be in more detail. It's just like, okay, these guys were, enslaved to, kill these other people because you're part of the people that escaped.
It was real bad. It was kind of like that whole concept. It was like, hey, we don't like you. So because you have a daughter, I'm going to feed your daughter to my dog and you're going to watch.
You see, what I said was simple. What you said that just made me more. That didn't clear anything up. That didn't clear anything. But anyway, so Attack on Titan, I might watch it, I might not at this point. I don't know. But something that's coming out that I did watch a lot as a kid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Last Ronin.
Oh, wait. I saw that got announced, but I didn't watch anything.
Now, hopefully it doesn't get canceled again.
They got canceled?
I know the movie did.
There was supposed to be a case in point.
Yeah, the movie and it was all it was like all over production where it's like, Last Ronin's coming out. They're making a Last Ronin movie. Only for it to be like, Paramount be like, nope, never mind. Not happening.
You think they did that because Avatar got leaked?
No, it got. I'm pretty sure it got canceled way before the Avatar movie was even getting made. But yeah, so hopefully, Last Ronin is a Ninja Turtle story that's always gotten shelved for some reason. Even though a lot of fans want it, it's always getting shelved for one reason or another. I think one of the things, it might be a little super dark, so I think companies are just
also very violent. That's what you meant by super dark.
Yeah, super dark is in everyone dies but Mikey, Splinter, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, all of them die, and Mikey is just left alive, alone and isolated, and he becomes the fun-loving hey guys, to the basically an even darker version of Batman.
Yeah, I remember seeing there was this picture going around on Twitter where Mikey he was like, they did the whole ripoff of the Avatar state. So it showed all the past iterations of Mikey. And then the most recent one from the people who made Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. He was looking back at the past versions of himself. And the one right next to him was Last Ronin Mikey. And he was like, so what's your deal?
It's kind of like Peter B. Parker, aiming to get Miguel to smile. Miguel's just sitting there just all frowns. Mm-hmm. And then
you are the anomaly.
We're getting another Final Fantasy game, Revelations, the third.
In the final chapter.
They're in the final chapter in the remake, spin-off games.
I never played it, but I'm excited. I'm glad for the Final Fantasy fans. I just had a tweak right there. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see it. I heard you say, and I'm excited for the Final Fantasy fans.
There and I was like that. But I'm sorry, Final Fantasy fans, y'all gonna take a seat because can we have that conversation? Kingdom Hearts, sir, that's gonna be crazy. That's also supposedly based in America as well.
Hey, I wasn't really a big fan of Kingdom Hearts. I've never really been that big of a fan. I mean, it's cool, but and then we got The Wolf Among Us 2. Okay,
they're also remastering it. Or remastering the first one and then getting a second game as well.
Mm-hmm. Alien Isolation 2. I never played the first one, but I heard the AI in that game was absolutely terrifying. You too afraid?
Never again.
Never again.
That game is stressful. And the craziest part is I have it. I watched someone play it. But there was no commentary, full screen. And I was over here going like this. Okay, it's right there. I was like,
oh yeah, because technically you can't really kill it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then Guess what? The franchise I tell you that is on fire right now, from the company that is on fire right now.
Pokemon. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we all wish. We all wish at this point.
I'm assuming Capcom.
Well, technically Pokemon is on fire, even though it's trash, but it's still doing well. Make that make sense. And that is Resident Evil Veronica.
I don't know anything about that, but
I only knew it was a spin-off game. One of the only other games that had Claire Redfield in it, which I thought was super odd, because I think maybe she was in 6. I could be wrong about that. Pretty sure I'm wrong about that. But aside from 2, she really isn't anywhere else in the series, and she's one of my favorite female characters from that game. Because my favorite thing is when she's shooting at zombies, and she's just like, asshole, and it's just like... It just reminds me, Game Grumps did a thing where they kind of sound like a prissy girl that's like calling their boyfriend an asshole. Like, oh my God, you fucking asshole. Like, oh my God. And that's every time she says that, it just reminds me of that. Even the dryer didn't like what I said. But no, I'm super excited. And to see her back, to see what it's about, because I have no idea what Veronica's even about. I know it's about like a villain that's named Veronica that Claire has to deal with for some reason. It's like an expansive part of the lore that like there were these 2 twins I think were helping Wesker, I think.
makes sense.
I think. If I remember the lore right, I could be remembering that completely wrong. All I know is these 2 twins are important to like the main bad guy's schemes, and I think they were trying to run away. And Veronica is like the main bad of the 2 twins. And then we've talked a lot about Xbox. We talked a lot about PlayStation. Let's get to my corner. And all you hear is, dust and wind. Like, yeah.
The crickets even forgot to make sounds.
Just like, yeah, so, we got a rhythm game. That's really cool. We got, Stellar Blade's coming. Even though it's already been out for, 4 or 5 years now? Maybe, I think. I don't know. Yeah, Star Fox, even though the trailer got shadow dropped and would have been a really cool reveal right here during the actual direct. We got another Fire Emblem. The Fire Emblem's going strong. Everyone loves Fire Emblem. Everyone always loves when they add a Fire Emblem to Smash. It's just the most popular favorite franchise.
I love that Xenoblade.
Yeah, just another confusing. In the last one, they named their villains after the alphabet. Because, the game's for babies.
Alpaca.
Because the game's for babies and they have to learn their ABCs again. I'm playing. Like, some of the games do look a little fun. One of them, you can control a really cool mech, but the games are just really not for me. The only game, it was 50 minutes, and I was just sitting there just like, come on, like, give me something. It's like one of them, they had another direct a little earlier, like a year or 2 earlier. It was in 2022, actually. That was around the same one that the final trailer for Ragnarok was shown. And I remember Donkey was reacting to it, and they had so many farming simulator games. And one of them's like, one of them was another JRPG where you could have it was like a remake or a reskin or whatever. And they said that they now have exclusive new missions so you can spend more quality time with your in-game spouse. And then Donkey said, maybe people should just go out and get a real spouse so they don't have to play any more of these terrible games. And I'm like, damn. But then, yeah, this almost made me think something similar. I think the problem with the Wii U had no third-party support. And I think now, in my opinion, they're a little majorly overcorrecting to where they're heavily neglecting a lot of the first-party IPs, or even neglecting just making brand new exclusive IPs. They're focusing on some of the main ones, but when's the last time we got a Kirby game? Forgotten Lands? And that was cool. It'd be cool if we had another one.
Do you not count the new Air Rider as a...
Air Rider? Technically yes. But I kind of count that, kind of not, because there's Mario, then there's Mario Kart. So we got Mario Kart, but we haven't had a new Mario game in a while. Like Mario Odyssey. I guess some people count Donkey Kong... Bonanza's kind of one. I kind of don't, but I could understand if some people do. there was one game that has me extremely hype, and I'm so glad they put it at the end, even though they showed little to nothing, and that's Ocarina of Time remake. Which, yeah, there are a lot of remakes coming out, but at the same time, I feel like gaming's kind of at that point.
Cash in on nostalgia while you can.
Not just cashing in on nostalgia, but also gaming's kind of in a little bit of a weird place where new IPs are also just getting shit on left and right. But
Stellar Blade 2, Pragmata.
yeah, Pragmata, you know, that's a new IP that's, like I said, that just came out and has done really good success. That's why I think Capcom is really pushing really well with brand new IPs. Even then, Oshiminu, or how do you say it?
Onimusha.
Onimusha. That game that's coming out, that looks like it has a lot of love and care with it. It's almost basically a new IP while still being an old IP.
Yeah, because the last time Onimusha came out, I'm pretty sure it was PS2 and later. So,
So it's almost basically a new IP where they're just putting a lot of trust in old stuff or brand new stuff. That's why I think Capcom's a little bit of the pioneers of brand new stuff. They're not the only ones doing it, but the only ones coming out, in my opinion, with a lot of new original ideas. But Ocarina of Time, I'm just so excited for it, but also a little curious how they're going to do it. Because in the original ones, Hyrule Fields was an empty, barren wasteland, aside from the farm where you get Epona, like later in the game. And I'm wondering just how are they going to do that? But we didn't get any like gameplay trailer. We just got a little trailer of, him just sleeping in his bed and a monologue from, the beginning of the game. But that was my big showstopper. One of the things I'm looking forward to, Nintendo. The only thing I'm looking forward to from Nintendo right now. Even though that's what upsets me. Nintendo, that's my corner. I love Nintendo. Why are they fumbling so hard in the past 5 years? Sure, the gas stuff they make, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, gas, more, step on the gas, and more, rev it up. We get a rhythm beating game. I'm SAO'd now. I know I went on another little rant, I'm sorry, but I just love Nintendo and would love to see them get their act more together.
that's funny.
Sure, third-party support's great, but if that's all you got now, then you're basically having the opposite problem of the Wii U, where you're neglecting your first party in light of, I don't know. I'm SAO now.
Give the middle child some love, people.
Anyway, you got one more to round us out? No more? Well, that was kind of our opinions on the new game showcases. Some that we liked, some we didn't like, and some gaming news that we either liked or didn't like. Maybe put in the comments what stuff you're looking forward to later in gaming. And we will see you guys next time. Make sure you like, save, and subscribe. All right, see you guys.